You ever feel it in your bones like something seismic is rumbling just beneath Detroit's frozen skyline? A storm gathering not on some distant horizon, but right here, right now? Like the years of pain, the gut punches, the endless off-season. Wish lists all converging into this one electric pulse of possibility that nobody saw coming, but now nobody can ignore? Behind locked doors, whispered talks have turned into strategic murmurs, and what was once a distant hope now dangles on the edge of reality, a name surfacing that sets every Lion fan's heart on fire. We're talking about Matthew Judon. Yeah, the four-time Pro Bowler, the relentless pass rusher whose hands have brought quarterbacks down time and time again. Who's not some fading star begging for a final paycheck? No. This is a warrior. Still hungry, still sharp, still ready to wreak havoc on opposing offenses wearing the Honolulu blue. You want to know why this isn't just another headline or a passing free agent rumor? Because Matthew Judon isn't just a player. He's the missing link in our defensive chain, the blend of grit and experience Detroit's defense has craved since the dark days when we couldn't generate pressure fast enough to save our lives. It's the kind of move that echoes far beyond the turf in the heart of Detroit, where every snap is a battle, every failure a fresh wound, and every glimpse of hope feels like a phoenix rising from ashes that have burned too long. We've stared down heartbreak since '91, witnessed the cold drought of Caldwell's regime, and watched dreams slip through fingers because our defense just couldn't close out games. But this is different. This is a hometown story. Coming full circle, a West Bloomfield kid who trained hard at Grand Valley State, crusted on NFL fields from New England to Atlanta, and now might come home to roar with the Lions. Can you imagine the pride? The raw emotion of watching one of our own lift our defense to the kind of ferocity the league fears? But here's the kicker. What if this isn't some cautious step forward? What if it's the explosive leap Detroit's been thirsting for? What if this is the spark that ignites a run that sends trembling shockwaves all the way to the Super Bowl? Or what if the stakes are even higher? What if this is our last real shot before the window slides closed? Before injuries, cap space, and roster cycles slam shut the door on a chance for glory? The drama is real, the tension palpable. Aiden Hutchinson will tear through offensive lines, yes, but beyond him? Depth? Reliability? Consistent heat? That's the question. And Judon not only boosts that depth, he transforms it. The Lions aren't just adding a veteran. They're ushering in leadership, a tutor, a chess piece whose impact echoes on every snap, every blitz, every huddle behind the scenes. This is evidence, unmistakable proof that the Lions have shed their reputation as a pit stop for veterans. Last rides. They're a destination for winners, a home for those who believe in the roar of the crowd and the sting of the battlefield. And from the front office to Dan Campbell's measured words, to the fiery grind of training camp battle, we see a calculated aggression, a mindset sharpened by lessons learned and hunger for more. The stakes are crystal clear. The Lions' blueprint isn't about patience. It's about seizing the moment with the relentlessness of a hungry pride. Judon fits perfectly into this narrative, not just as a pass rusher, but as a symbol of our rise-proven, blue-collar, relentless, and yes, deeply Detroit. If the city can pour out its heart into a comeback anthem, Judon is the verse that brings the whole song together. But make no mistake, this move is more than football. It's a message shouting from the Motor City. We're back. We're no longer the punchline, the underdog, or the afterthought. We're the storm brewing under cold skies, the roar that breaks the silence. So, here's my call to you. If your faith in this team runs deep and your heart pounds with the raw hope of finishing what we started, light up the comments and let everyone know we're ready to fight, to claw, and to win. Because if this domino falls, if Matthew Judon suits up in blue and silver, you better believe the Lions' renaissance isn't just an off-season fantasy. It's the thrilling prologue to a championship tale written in sweat, steel, and pride. And trust me, Detroit, once that fuse is lit, all eyes better be ready for the explosion. break the chains of this city, Detroit, because what's coming is a revolution that will shake the very foundation of NFL history. There's a fire burning in the soul of this team that can't be extinguished, and it's blazing brighter than ever, fueled by relentless pursuit and unquenchable hope. As we stare down the past, sinking beneath the weight of history's 016 scars, Calvin Johnson's tears, Barry Sanders' silent departure, we realize this is the battleground where legends are made or broken. The ghosts of Ford Field echo with memories of heartbreaks, Jim Caldwell's firing after playoff collapses that haunted us for years. The narrow misses, the moments we thought might be the turning point, but only deepened our wounds. But now, amidst the chaos, whispers swirl like a tornado of anticipation. Juden's name rising from the depths, a symbol of redemption, a living testament of resilience. The front office's chess moves have been calculated, every draft pick, every trade, a meticulously planned stroke toward this moment, as if they've seen the future and are pulling the strings to forge it. And in the war room, they're not just talking about adding another veteran. They're orchestrating a seismic shift, a blueprint to reclaim Detroit's savage pride. You can feel the tension in the locker room. The veteran leaders like Hutchinson and Amon-Ra ready to ignite. But it's in the specifics, the bloodlines, the stories of underdog grit, that we understand the true gravity. Juden isn't just a player. He's the final piece in our puzzle. A four-time Pro Bowler with a warrior soul who's been through the fire from New England to Atlanta, and now home to lead this charge. Imagine the locker room, the electricity, the fans on the edge of their seats, as Detroit's color rushes onto the field with renewed ferocity, a pride that's come full circle, fueled by decades of longing and pain, now turned into pure, unfiltered rage. Think back to the last playoff run. The razor's edge of those wild card games, how we fell just short, how every game felt like a final battle, and how that heartbreak has driven us more fiercely than any trophy ever could. This isn't just a signing. It's a declaration of intent, a manifesto that the Lions refuse to be the underdog anymore. It's a message that the league's giants will wake up to find Detroit roaring louder than ever, holding nothing back. Wake up those memories of Orlovsky's safety, the game-saving dives, the thrill of hope, because now, in this new era, Juden is the thunder, the lightning bolt ready to strike through the NFC North's pretenders, their fears echoing through every game plan, every sideline whisper. And as the season looms, with playoffs on the horizon and the world waiting on the edge of their seats, we ask ourselves, will this be the moment we've waited for? Or will the shadows of yesterday once again threaten to swallow the dream? With the city's heart pounding and the roar of the crowd swelling into a frenzy, one question hangs over Ford Field like a thunderclap. Are we finally ready to seize destiny? Or will the ghosts of our past rise just high enough to snatch the future from our grasp?